Hey y'all, it's Scott Bach-Hansen, Director of Congregational Care and Adult Discipleship here at Herndon United Methodist Church. And this is Real Talk. This is our weekly video check-in series where we come to you and we share information about what's going on in the church or what's going on with programs or events or sermon series, whether it's inside the walls of the church or outside in our community. And so today I am coming to you from the library. And I brought these books with me from my office and right off of my own bookshelf. And all of these books that I have here in front of me are on Methodism or on my buddy here, John Wesley. And this coming Sunday, I'm going to be preaching on the next topic of our series. The sermon series that we have now is Confirmation for Everyone. And I'm going to be preaching on Wesley and those that we call Methodists. And how do we become Methodists? And what does it really mean to be a Methodist? And how does that connect with being a Christian? And so this list of books here, there's books about mission and connectionalism and American Methodism history and doctrine. And this blue book here, this is a good book. This is all of John Wesley's sermons. So if you can't fall asleep, come on by and borrow this. It'll take care of it. You don't need to see anybody else about that. But there's a United Methodist dictionary. There's a prayer book. There's the Three Simple Rules. Again, really small book, very easy to read. Three Simple Rules: do good, do no harm, and stay in love with God. And so all these books help tell us part of the story. And again, I could probably find more books here in the library about Methodism and especially about John here. And one of the things that we find is just how connectionalism and how they found ways to be together and create this amazing denomination. Back in 1735, I'm going to give you a little history lesson here. Back in 1735, John and his brother Charles made the decision that they were going to come across the Atlantic and they were going to bring this new Anglican message from England about the religion that they were looking to spread. And this was a uh, a method of putting together small group ministries. They had very specific, particular ways of doing things, which is they started calling them the Methodicals when they were in college, to the point where this is kind of where we're getting into the Methodist. There was a specific method of doing things, and John Wesley was really key in that aspect. But on this boat ride, and again, this isn't a 7 day cruise. This is a 2 to 3 month trip across the Atlantic in really rough waters. A lot of boats that were coming from England and from Spain did not make it because they got just destroyed in this amazingly rough seas across the cold Atlantic. But on this trip, they were praying every night because they didn't think we were going to make it. But inside the boat, they met a group of people called the Moravians. And the Moravians are a group of people that were very positive and they were very in tune and they were together and they would sing and they would pray together, and John and Charles Wesley were really taken to them. Obviously, Charles is known one of the greatest theologians as far as his music in the history of the world. Over 4,500 hymns that he wrote, and then he also participated and co-wrote and was part of other ones. So he had between 5 and 10,000 hymns alone in his library. So, but getting back to John and Charles here. So after about 5 months, Charles had enough. He's like, I can't stand it here. The guy I'm working for is brutal. I'm going back. So he decided to get back on a boat for another 3 month journey home. A couple of years later, John followed him. And when they got back, they still remembered this Moravian influence. Now, this trip to America for them was a failure. They came across to start this new type of religion, and it just didn't connect, and something didn't really feel good to them. And then they get back to England, and they are struggling with their way, and they're not sure what to do, and they meet these gentlemen. For Charles, it was a gentleman named Brady, and for John here, it was a gentleman named Peter Bowler. And Peter Bowler was such a great influence on John that he basically helped guide him to the answers that he needed. Now, what a great mentor to have, that you have somebody that isn't there to just give you the answer sheet. Here you go. Now, this person was actually guiding John. So Peter Bowler helped guide John to find his way to create what we know now as Methodism. And on May 24th of 1738, John had his heart strangely warmed. We know this as Aldersgate Day. It's a great day for me, and it connects with me because my birthday is May 24th, just not 1738. Although my kids might think that it's probably the case because they say I'm old. But what I remember that about this is Peter Bowler and this gentleman named Brady helped the Wesley brothers along. They helped guide them. They helped them find their way. They helped shepherd them along in this amazing trip back and forth to and from America to create this new religion called Methodism. And so this weekend, when I am sharing this sermon, I'm going to be talking specifically about how this relationship between the Moravians and the Wesleys helped create this amazing relationship that they were able to grow and create Methodism. But also, I'm going to talk about what does that mean for us today, and how are we able to identify ways where we can find that shepherding. And we're going to talk a lot about the mission of the United Methodist Church. And for those that aren't aware, the mission of the United Methodist Church is for us to make disciples, to really transform the world. And we're going to talk a lot about that. But we're going to talk about, again, one of the themes that we talk about is being together. And one of the things that I think is really important for all of us is to find ways to be together, but also to be authentic in doing it. And so we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the ways that we can help shepherd others in their path. But it's not just about us shepherding them, it's also about us finding our own way. So I hope that you'll join us this coming Sunday. We'll be at 10 o'clock in the sanctuary and at 5 o'clock in the sanctuary. And again, the sermon series is entitled Confirmation for Everyone. And speaking of confirmation for everyone, the confirmands have their retreat this weekend. So please say a special prayer for them as they spend a couple days away getting to be in retreat with one another and get closer down the path before they have Confirmation Sunday, which is coming on Pentecost Sunday, which is June 5th. So a lot of things are moving around. We got it's a busy season for us. We're still in this Easter season, so I hope that you'll consider joining us or watching online. We can be watched on YouTube as well. So this Sunday again, 10 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the sanctuary. Pray for our confirmands who are going to be away, and I hope that we get to see you soon. So I hope that you stay safe this week, and we'll see you on Sunday. Bye, everybody. Say bye, John. Be nice. He's a little grumpy.